For a little context, I'm a 22-year-old female, and this story takes place when I was 18. I had just graduated from high school and was in need of a summer job to help sock away a little money before I started college in the fall. A friend of mine worked at our local grocery store, and he was able to get me an interview with the manager. The interview went well, and I was scheduled to begin training on the register the following week. When I showed up for work, it was my responsibility to shadow this guy, Paul. He showed me the ropes, how to operate the register, and how to close for the night. After a few days, Paul let my manager know that I was good to be left on my own. My manager said that I could begin working on my own the following Monday. I was pretty nervous when I first started work on my own that day. I was afraid of messing up in front of my manager, but for the first few hours, everything went smoothly. Towards the end of my shift is when things started to go downhill. My manager called me into his office to speak with him. I was really nervous because I assumed I had messed up somehow. I finished helping the customer I was with and turned out the light above my register. When I got upstairs to my manager's office, he told me to take a seat in the chair in front of his desk. I did, but instead of going and sitting on the other side of the desk like I thought he would, he instead leaned against the desk in front of me, his ankles crossed as he put his palms face down on the desk for support. I felt pretty uncomfortable as he started telling me how beautiful he thought I was, and what a joy it was to be able to see me every day. I just smiled a really uncomfortable smile, not wanting to show him how weird I felt inside. After he continued like this for a little while longer, he began to slowly walk behind me, still talking inappropriately. When he was behind me, he put his hands on my shoulders and started rubbing them. I was fully creeped out now and didn't know what to do. I wanted to yell at him to stop, but I knew I needed this job because my family was flat broke, and I needed all the money I could get to help me pay for college. So, I just sat there, grimacing while he continued to rub my shoulders and tell me about what a great life he could give me. Luckily, only a few moments later, Paul walked into the room. He had a question he needed to ask our manager, but when he came in and saw what was happening, he immediately stopped asking whatever he was beginning to and told my manager to get his hands off of me. He must have seen the look on my face of pure displeasure and knew something was wrong. My manager quickly pulled his hands off me and stepped back a few feet. Paul asked me if I was okay, and I said yes. Paul then told me to go wait for him downstairs and call the cops, so that's what I did. The cops showed up a little while later and asked me a few questions about what happened, and then one of the cops went upstairs to go talk to Paul and the manager. After that, the police said that they had seen what happened on the security footage, and therefore had enough evidence to arrest my manager if I wanted to press charges. Even though I felt really uncomfortable about what happened, I decided not to press charges. Instead, I gathered my things from the back room and called my friend Emily for a ride home. About a month after that incident, I was able to find a different job that paid better, and 4 years later, I've graduated college and am beginning to live the life I've always wanted.